Real Hustle.
Tonight on The Real Hustle,
Gavin, it's piping hot.
we uncover an elaborate scam to sell useless kitchen knives as seen on TV. Watch out, there's a thief about. We show you how not to become a victim of a hustler's busy fingers. And we reveal how alarmingly vulnerable your home wireless network can really be.
Completely and utterly gutted. Simple as that.
This is The Real Hustle. We're going to uncover the secrets behind the most popular scams being carried out by con artists in Britain today. Our real hustlers are Alex, a confidence trickster; Jess, a sexy swindler; Paul, the scam artist. They've been travelling the UK to demonstrate to our hidden cameras exactly how the cons work. All the people in this show have been hustled for real, and after being given their money back, they agreed that the footage could be shown so you can avoid being ripped off by the same scams.
This is yet another example that when something sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Alex and Paul in their latest venture, a computer shop offering amazing deals that are impossible to turn down. But there has to be a catch. This is the hardware hustle.
Do you like a computer upgrade? No?
They put up flyers offering laptop owners the fantastic offer of a free memory upgrade worth £60. It's an offer too good to be true. But what is the scam? Keep watching to find out. Our cameras are in place so you won't miss a thing. We've even got one tucked behind a two-way mirror. It's not long before they have their first customer.
Hi there, how are you doing?
Jess waits outside. She's the convincer. A satisfied customer who will subliminally convince the mark that the shop and staff are legitimate.
All the applications will open faster, operate a lot faster, so you can run a lot more things. Yeah, if you want to go for 2 gig, we can give you a really good price on that as well.
Jess goes in to do her bit.
Let's give you the 512 upgrade for free, and we'll chuck in another gig for you. But we'll charge you half price, so for 60, you'll get a gig and a half, which will bring your computer up to 2 gigabytes RAM, which is huge.
Our victim doesn't need Jess's convincer. The boy's sales patter has got him to agree to pay £60 for some extra memory in addition to his free upgrade.
5 o'clock?
He is happy to leave his laptop to be fitted out, ready for collection at 5 o'clock.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Cheers, good to meet you, Mike, and give us a call, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers, Mike.
Bye.
And here comes the scam.
I think this is quite a nice one. Yeah. Just put it up, put this one on display.
Our real hustlers have no intention of giving back any of the laptops that are left with them today.
Very nice. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, about 1,200. Not bad for a day's work. Yeah.
Instead, they're going to do a runner and their customers are going to have a nasty surprise in store when they return.
Smashing.
Another victim is drawn into the trap.
Hi there.
Hiya.
Afternoon, hiya.
I'm just coming to find out about the free upgrade.
Ah, yes, okay.
You get a 512 megabyte upgrade for free. But if you're interested, you can give your...
As Jess play acts with Alex, Paul persuades her to buy extra memory in addition to her free upgrade. She agrees, and that's another double whammy. She's lost her cash and her laptop.
Yeah, you want to take credit card? We'll take those. Thank you very much.
Okay, Jessica.
See you later.
I can have these for you, Jessica.
That's about $2,000.
Sweet. Should we display it as well? Put that one over there.
That'll help you. We'll sell for $1,200 that way. It's a bargain for them and it's an absolute bargain for us.
Trade is steady throughout the day. This customer joins the growing list of victims.
All right, great. Take care.
Pleasure. The phone.
All right.
It's time to go. The team clear out the shop and count their ill-gotten gains.
Right, how do we do?
That is about 8 grand.
Right, let's clear everything out and get moving.
The real hustlers pack up the shop and clear out, leaving no trace. Half an hour later, the victims return one by one to pick up their laptops, only to discover an empty shop. It soon dawns on them they've been had. Lucky for them, although they don't know it yet, that they are going to get their laptops back. But what is their initial reaction to the scam?
They seem really nice. They knew what they were talking about. I went along, totally believed them.
They've taken my laptop and they've got a grand's worth of goods, and it was obviously a bit of a scam.
I guess if an offer's too good to be true, then it probably is too good to be true. I'd go somewhere with a reputation next time.
They've gone with it now. They're out of here. And yeah, now I'm without a computer and made to look a little bit stupid in the process.
If you're handing something of value over to somebody else, make sure you get given a receipt with full contact details, and always have expensive items such as laptops insured.
Alex is on his way to this cafe bar. It's the lunchtime rush and Alex takes his time to find his targets. We've got it covered, so you'll see what these customers miss. Alex is almost spoilt for choice because this scam is the jacket pickpocket. First, Alex is going to have a pot for the centre pocket. Then he intends to go for the top pocket, and finally his third choice is the bottom pocket. All of them are going to be played for from this table. First, he positions himself. Now he checks his target. He makes sure he doesn't arouse any suspicion by reading his newspaper. Alex retrieves his newspaper. That's certainly all anyone in the cafe sees. Let's look at it again. Alex deliberately drops the newspaper, but what's he up to? If you can't tell, then have a look from this angle. Under cover of the newspaper, Alex lifts the contents of the inside jacket pocket. The spy camera shows his catch: a passport, mobile phone and wallet. Alex coolly hides his hoard before calmly leaving the table, his crime undetected. He now needs to get into position for his second pocket. A trip to the bathroom is a good enough excuse. Alex returns and with nerves of steel sits just a metre away from his first victim. Alex uses his mobile phone as an excuse to go for the second pocket. Let's look at that again. What's Alex got? In a closer view, we see Alex has only managed to grab a glasses case. The spy cam shows it was a good lift, but it's a poor haul. He won't be happy with that, so he's off to get a beer from the bar, a handy excuse for repositioning himself for pocket number 3.
What kind of beer do you have in a bottle?
Alex is back at the table and is lining up his next pocket. Incredibly, his 2 previous victims are still unaware of being robbed. Alex's next target is too engrossed in his conversation to notice what is going on behind his back. And he's off. Straight away, he's grabbed a mobile phone. The spy camera shows his nimble fingers at work. But Alex has also caught some mints. With almost breathtaking cheek, he puts them back and still goes unnoticed. He manages to pick the victim's travel card, so with the prospect of not having to walk home, Alex prepares to leave. And his cool nerve even permits him a final swig of beer before heading off. So, Alex's tally for one lunchtime's pickpocketing adds up to potentially more than £2,000 in stolen cards, cash and goods. We won't mention the glasses case. Coming up later, we reveal the true power of advertising as this infomercial convinces shoppers to buy cheap, useless goods.
More and more people are installing wireless networks in their homes. This is very practical. It means you can use your computer anywhere inside the house without the hassle of cables running everywhere. But the fact that it's wireless means that it's vulnerable. If it's hacked, people can use your address to download illegal content. They can use your address to send spam and release viruses in the internet. And people can even look at everything that you're sending over the internet.
22% of the British population have broadband internet and 30% of those have wireless access. So booking a holiday or doing your shopping online may seem safe and practical, but it can be very unsafe.
Alex, Paul and Jess are going to try and find out how easy it is to hack into a secured wireless network. They've bought some readily available software off the internet and installed it on a laptop inside their van. All they have to do now is cruise around a residential area until they pick up a good enough signal to begin the wireless hijack.
How is it? It's a good one. Stop here. Yeah, I got 3. Right. 4.
Radio signals from wireless networks may not be very strong, but depending on where the base station is located in the house, it's sometimes possible to pick up several different networks in one spot out on the street.
It's very much like watching a TV program. You basically tune into the appropriate channel, and so long as you're tuned into it, you can see what's happening. The technology is designed to be read by anything. Unless you put additional protection onto it, it's supposed to be as simple as possible to make it fast and lightweight and compatible.
There's 3 in the area, but this one's got a lot going on right now. They're actually making a bet on putting a bet on that.
On this street, the hustlers have managed to pick up signals from 4 different houses. Most homeowners don't even bother to protect themselves with a password, which is the equivalent of leaving your back door open to a hacker. This house, however, has protected itself by using a simple web security setting. But with the right software, this is still easily crackable. All it takes is a couple of minutes to decode their password settings and the hustlers are in.
We've got access to his entire server, so if we want, we could download information or transmit information on his bandwidth.
Alex, Paul and Jess are now able to see everything this homeowner is doing on their computer. And for the next hour, they watch the victim as he sends emails, browses the web and purchases goods, all from the comfort of their van.
Not only that, he's booked a hotel. Look, we actually know that he's going away on holiday, and I managed to grab outbound flight, his accommodation, and the inbound flight.
So we know we're going to be having an empty house as well.
So we know we have an empty house. So it's everything that we need. Let's hit it.
Print some stuff off. Great, we're done.
Posing as officials from Ofcom and armed with a hidden camera and printouts of the websites the markers visited, Paul and Jess are about to confront the owner of this so-called safe wireless network.
Hi there, are you Mr. Smith?
What was that, yeah?
Andrew Smith?
Yeah.
My name's Rob Marks, I'm from Ofcom.
Who?
Ofcom, we're the Office of Communication. Right. This is Katie Summers. We have some concerns about your internet usage. Do you have a wireless router here?
I do.
Is this something you've been looking at in the last half hour? Maybe bought Grumpy Old Men? How about, you actually got it from Amazon, I think?
Yeah.
And did you also buy Mozart's piano concertos?
Indeed.
Oh, eBay. Is this your eBay account?
It is, but I've not used that at all recently.
Yeah, but we still have access to that. And we also noticed that you booked a holiday. Are these the dates that you'll be away, Mr. Mark?
You're standing on my doorstep of my house telling me that you know that I've booked a holiday.
And I know when you're going to be away. Exactly. I know exactly when your house is going to be empty.
Exactly.
What you should really be wondering is how dangerous this could be. Because somebody could park themselves outside of your house.
Yeah.
They could get access to your internet server, and from your IP addresses, they could launch an attack on the internet, send a virus out, which if it were to damage the financial institutions of this country, the police would track it back to you.
How have you got this information then?
What we've done is be able to get access to your network and see everything.
Paul explains how he got access to what Mr. Smith thought was a secure wireless network. He used software readily available on the internet, and he bought a wireless network adapter for a laptop. Within minutes, he was able to see what Mr. Smith was up to and gain valuable information. So, how does Mr. Smith feel now?
With the money I've spent on some of the software, gutted to be honest, I'd have to say. You know, partially stitched up and completely and utterly gutted. It's simple as that. When I was told about going on, you know, that I'm going on holiday, I was just in disbelief. You know, the thought then that my house could be open to anyone coming in here for 7 days, knowing that I'm not going to be here from whatever date the day I come back, but for 7 days, somebody can walk in here, untroubled, round the back of the house, and, well, what can I say? That really would have been something to come back to, wouldn't it? And I think everybody now, from what you've done to me, I'm trying to be nice here, but should be very, very concerned.
Always be careful about what you send across your wireless network, and if possible, have one computer that's hardwired to the net. And when you name your network, make sure it doesn't identify exactly who you are. And finally, always use the highest level of security available to you, which in most cases will be WPA.
Wi-Fi is probably the hustler's dream. I'd say the two most solid pieces of advice are, if you're going to have a wireless network, make sure that there's security on it. Enable WPA, which is a good system of security that you can have on wireless, and enable MAC address filtering. What MAC address filtering does is says only specific machines are allowed to come in, nothing else can come through.
One of the most famous figures in the hustling world is a man called the Flipper, so called because he won and lost millions of dollars on the toss of a coin. The reason he won so much money was because he was in complete control of every coin toss using sleight of hand.
Paul is waiting for Alex in this bar, and he feels like a drink. Quite a few drinks, actually. And of course, being a hustler, he's not planning on buying any of them. He persuades these regulars to join him in a game. 3 people have to toss a coin, and whoever gets the odd one out has to get the round. Seems fair enough, doesn't it? Well, it's not. This is the coin toss.
So, not a question.
I just got here.
You're half an hour late.
Flipper it.
All right. I've got one anyway. Do you want to? I'll go on. 50 pence. Well, only works for 3 of us.
Got 2 people. Right.
Odd one buys the beer.
Okay.
Ready? All right, go. Tails.
Tails.
Heads. Heads. Here's a round. I'll have another one of those. All right. Just 4 of these, Carl, yeah? 4? Yeah. Don't forget to tip.
So the Mark accepts his loss and goes off to buy a round.
Come back, Carl. Thank God you're here. Fantastic. Cheers.
The hustlers have got out of paying for 4 pints. Not bad, but they're not going to stop there.
You know what will go well with these? Is a shot. Ah, you got a flip. Carl's done it. He's done it. I've done it. What you got? L50.
Hang on. Right.
All right. Ready? Tails.
Tails.
Heads. On you.
On you.
Any shot?
Any shot?
Any shot you want.
Once again, Alex and Paul have wriggled out of buying another round. So, how have our hustlers been so lucky?
This is a classic example of 2 hustlers ganging up on a mark. All I've got to do is look over to Paul and he signals me whether he's going to throw heads or tails.
The signal is very simple. Before the toss, Paul flashes the coin to Alex, indicating which side he'll make the coin land on.
So this is how I control the coin. I flip it, genuinely flip it, let it land in my hand, I run my thumb over it, I feel whether it's going to be heads or tails. And then all I have to do is make an adjustment to show which side it's going to be.
But how do I know whether the coin's going to be heads or tails before I even flip it? That's because I use a controlled toss. When I flip it like this, it actually simply revolves in space. It doesn't turn over, but I give it a little wobble, so it looks to the human eye as if that coin is flipping over in the air, but when it lands back in my hand, it's still heads or tails up.
The Marks are powerless. There is no way they can win.
Sambuca.
Oh. Cheers, all right. Right.
I feel a bit guilty though.
Feel like celebrating though, don't you? Feel like celebrating?
Feel like celebrating?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can celebrate.
You know what you need to celebrate though, right?
Yeah.
Bottle of bubbly.
Champagne.
So who's going to get it?
Who's going to flip?
Well, which one are you seeing?
I might as well flip. Come on.
Ready?
Right. Ready.
Tails.
Tails.
Heads. It's on you. Biggest bottle they've got, if you don't mind.
So that's 4 pints of beer, 4 shots and a bottle of champagne. After all that, it's probably in everyone's interest to call it a day.
Good. Very good. Right. Thanks, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Nice meeting you.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
Yeah.
Cheers.
All right. Thanks.
Oh yeah. There she is. She's over there.
Yeah. All right.
No, that was a loss. I didn't even get a glass.
The hustlers go off to down their winnings and leave our unlucky duo to drown their sorrows.
With the right patter and slick packaging, a good hustler can sell items worth less than £1 for a huge profit. With an infomercial, he can make a fortune.
Jess has set up a stall in busy Deptford Market, selling top-quality chef's knives shipped in all the way from America. She has a TV that's constantly playing an infomercial showing any potential customers what a fantastic deal this set of knives are. This is the Cutting Edge Scam.
Ideal Christmas present. 22-piece set for £19.99. Hello. How are you? Do much cooking? I do actually. Yes. You got a good set of knives? Not as good as this lot. No, this is a #1 selling knife in the US right now. Yeah. You buy 1 Pro Blade plus, you get a 21-piece set for free. I mean, if you can see it on the video.
The sales patter is good, but it's the infomercial that's really got her interested. It seems too good an offer to refuse, and she buys a set for 20 quid.
That's lovely. Thanks ever so much. Have a lovely day.
Everything seems to be going well for Jess, and nothing appears out of the ordinary, except for the 2 jokers on the TV with the dodgy American accents.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Let's find out what's really going on. The knives, of course, are not chef's knives shipped in from America. They are cheap, flimsy and useless, bought from the cash and carry and repackaged with some new branding. The aim of the game is to convince the customers that they are buying a top-of-the-range product. The hustlers do this by creating an infomercial. All it takes to shoot one is a couple of chef's outfits, a cheap knife set and a camcorder.
Turning over. 3, 2, 1. Action.
Hi, I'm Jerry Steele. And I'm Rob Marks.
The trick with this scam is to leave no doubt in the customer's mind about the quality of the product. With some clever slogans, high-tech patter and brand psychology, every customer should be falling over themselves to take advantage of this fantastic deal.
That's a wrap.
So, after a spot of editing, it's time to reveal the amazing Wonderblade Pro 3.
Hi, I'm Jerry Steele. And I'm Rob Marks. Has this ever happened to you? The chicken's come out of the oven, it's piping hot, and you're trying to carve a breast, and look at it.
Looks like roadkill, Jerry.
But I believe Rob has got the answer to all our problems.
Yes, I do. Introducing the Wonderblade Pro 3, the future of kitchen technology today. This features nano sharpening technology on the blade, an ergonomically designed polycarbonate handle. This ensures a firm grip, reducing wrist strain, improving chopping speed, reducing preparation time, and cutting your kitchen time in half.
Wow.
Armed with their new infomercial and cheap repackaged knives, it's time for Alex, Jess and Paul to hit the market. Will the new video help them sell their knives to the public? And it's not long before the video starts to pull customers in.
Jerry, if you were to try and buy a blade like this in the store, it would cost you upwards of $100. But today, you can own a Wonder Blade Pro 3 for just $39.99. $39.99. That's fantastic, Rob. You can buy with technology you can trust.
Yeah, the exact same
Rob,
set.
wow, 13 pieces for just $39.99.
You gonna get one? Yeah. Yeah? There you go. Lovely, thanks ever so much. Enjoy your cooking. Cheers. Thank you, bye. Hello.
$39.99. That's fantastic, Rob.
Obviously that's US dollars, we're selling it for $19.99. I mean, it's as seen on the TV right here. It's everything you get. Would you like to take one? Yeah? Okay. There you go, it's $19.99. Thank you. Get you your penny change.
Through the morning, the money keeps rolling in, and every customer walks away feeling satisfied they've picked up a bargain. But what do they think of their new purchase?
The video promotion is very good because you don't really have the time or the space on a market like this to cut a tomato or to cut a cucumber. So the promotional video is very good to actually see what these knives can do.
But on closer inspection, do the Wonder Blades still deliver?
Yeah, a bit upset. But this is really, It's a good idea to actually check what you're buying, even if it's a half-open box or a completely closed box like this one was. I think I'm going to go back and ask my money back.
The reason this scam works is that people like to buy a brand product, a product which they think has got some reputation, whereas in fact a lot of these so-called branded products are actually very cheap, very crude products, not actually very good quality at all.
A good hustler can sell anything. The trick is making it seem much better than it is. That is the art of the pitch.
Items always look a lot better when they're packaged up and on the TV. Our advice? Try it before you buy. And if you can't do that, see if you can find a review on the internet.
Cheers, good to meet you, Mike.
That is about £8 grand.
Be careful of who you listen to. And remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Wow.
Thank you, bye.
Ah yes, it's Dog Borstal at 12 midnight tonight on BBC Three, and next Rufus has crime scene investigation.